62 years after independence, we should not live like this. You know, where, I mean, you would rather do other things in your life than spend time on this. Therefore, as we condole with the families that lost their loved ones, and as we congratulate our young people for expressing themselves and coming out to ask questions about their lives and their future, it is very necessary that as a country we ask the question, how can we avoid this? The only way of doing this is being true to ourselves and being true to our responsibilities and to our mandates and doing the right thing for our country. In fact, I have asked my colleagues in the opposition, and I want to say it here today, that we shouldn't confine the information that is coming and the investigations to 2023, 2024, and 2025. Let's go back and have an open public inquest on everything that has happened before, because sometimes things happen, and when it's an opportune time, public inquest, so that everybody, because all of us, the Honorable Wamalwa and myself have served before on the National Security Council, we need to go before a magistrate or a judge in an open public inquest and put the facts we have there and put the information we have, and other role players also put the information they have. Because if we want to move forward, I don't think we have a future in this country without truthfulness and without focusing on what we need to do for our people. Because this cutting of corners, sometimes when something happens, we always enjoy politics, blame others and so on and so forth, and then tomorrow we behave as if nothing happened. Then next year will come, we have another situation like this. Let's be open and transparent. Let's all go forward. And I want to ask all my colleagues, because we can't ask accountability of others when we are not accountable ourselves. Let us go and explain some of these things that have happened even before 2022, so that we can now move forward together as a country with all facts and everything has been had and resolved. And we can deal with the unresolved matters that have not been conclusively investigated. Whether we start with Musandu, we come to Jakujuma, we come to Kenei, we come to River Yala and everything else. Let these things be investigated by an open public inquest, so that this is all the Twendembele, we explain and face the public on these issues. Because some of these issues are raised and we keep this merry-go-round, where we are always telling stories only when they are connected. We cannot have government by blocking. Let's focus on the issues that we need to deal with. Let us address the lives of our people, and this issue should be investigated. When this matter happened on the 25th of June last year, we ought to have had an open public inquest into this. It will have given the Gen Z an opportunity to express themselves. We should have answered the question that time, how did we get here? Parliament is 2 kilometers from State House. For the first time since 1962, Parliament was overrun. What happened? How did we get here? Who knew what? And why didn't we prevent it? Why were we so insensitive to the point that the citizens had to get to that particular point and things had to go south in the manner in which they did? So, finally, we have swept too much under the carpet. It's now time to lift that carpet and be truthful in the way in which we deal with the country. Thank you.
Any questions?
Investigation. When we had ugly incidents, some of them are in court. I don't want to talk about them because they are subject to court matter. When things happened in Kisumu, on Tepipendo, Chonjokoma brothers and so on, admission on the part of government, on those of us who are role players in government, admitting that a mistake has happened, that's where we start. And then asking the organs and the institutions that are judged with that responsibility to deliver on their mandate, so that the investigations are done without blocking them, and so that those who actually are involved and who are culpable are prosecuted. That is what His Excellency the Vice President has spoken to this afternoon. We are asking for actually not the police officers. What do our police officers think about some of these things? And then there are so many stories around this that ought to be addressed in a straightforward manner, in my view. Let us not sweep things under the carpet. So the difference is admission on our part. Where there was a mistake, we admitted there's a mistake here, and we sorted it out. Investigations were going on. And by the way, some of these files are open, and even if there's got additional information on these files, it's your duty as a citizen to give the information to the authorities, and prosecution commences. None of us, even the 3 of us who are here or the 4 of us who are here, none of us is above the law. I've never lived above the law even for 1 minute in my life. So the most important thing, get facts, not to play politics with security matters. So that when it's convenient, you can say this. When it's not convenient, you say the other. Let's go on and deal with these issues. If there are matters that have not been resolved, if there are issues that have not been done, let them be investigated. And that's why I'm calling for a public inquest.
Yes, maybe afraid that public or indeed because you already have a mechanism which we started 2 days ago. And by the way, it is not lost on us that criminals may have taken advantage of the commitment of the Gen Zs and may have gone on rampage, destroying public property, the machete wielding, the room wielding gangsters. That, of course, is an issue. But all said and done, we have a country to nurture. And we have to bring out, as Fred is saying, these truths out there. So again, I will repeat our call. Justin Muturi and team will be waiting to receive as much information as possible. We are not going to wait for the other side, the government that feels so comfortable, as Fred is saying, running the country through blogging. All right, that they do not seem to care. It's very clear. As a lawyer, I can tell you that facts speak for themselves. We saw what happened when the Albert Ojwang demonstrations were happening. Even the goons themselves came out confessing. So please don't drag the opposition into things that are as plain as daylight. We know it. They will of course try and attempt to do this and the other. But even lying or insinuation require a little bit of intelligence. These things are very good. So we know where. And
actually, even lying requires a bit of common sense.
Yes.
Because the question is this. Ask yourself this, and then by the way, we shouldn't make excuses about public responsibilities.
Yeah.
So if the opposition are organizing these things and causing this, unangoja filimbi ya nani kukamata hao watu wa opposition?
Kamata wote.
Yeah. If you have facts about it, you are saying so and so is funding this, so and so is funding. Why are you telling us a story? It is a statecraft 101.
Yeah.
Government officials, whether they're cabinet ministers or anybody, should never, ever make allegations. Why? Because they have the instruments of power, they can act. So they make allegations and tell you to do what? Because you cannot arrest those people. Instead of telling us it's so and so is doing this, tell us, arrest them and take them to court and produce the evidence that you have so that these people face the law. So let's not make excuses. That's why I keep saying for us. I mean, I personally will not budge high or bend from responsibility on matters such as this. So where there are facts, let's go the direction investigations will check out. But you can't wake up every morning and say it's John who did this, it's Mary who did this, and you are the one who has powers to arrest that John and Mary. Why can't they arrest them?
That we have state-sponsored groups. When President William Ruto toured Nairobi, I think he was here for 1 week. All the leaders saw the goons that came out, that were financed by both the president's team and the governor's team. 1 week, everywhere they went, we saw what the goons did. Many of them were seen being paid, lining up. And these are state-sponsored that you know where the money is coming from.
And the payers are not opposition.
So, I think this one thing we want to tell President William Ruto.
One of them was very far away.
Yeah, we want to tell him that, you know, when you introduce the politics of goodness, it's like riding the back of a tiger. No one is in control of those goons.
Yeah.
This is where Haiti has reached, because there was a failed regime that allowed goons to take over. So when William Ruto cannot send our police officers over 12,000 kilometers away in Haiti to deal with goons. Then at home, he is sponsoring goons with his government. So we want to call him out on that. And we must say this must stop now. We need to nip this in the bud, otherwise we are going to lose our country. Thank you. Richard.
You've grown up in this country, you're a young president, you have seen your people. I would like him to send, the way he sent Murkomen to go and look at the shops in CBD, let him come and see the kids who have got wounds, who have been shot, who are in bed in this place. And I want to say this, if there is no justice, there will never be peace in this country. If there is no justice, Kenya will never be anything. So let the president decide whether he wants to be a statesman or a local village boy who has got power and money. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And his commissioners, fellow commissioners, will soon be announcing where to be found so that people can go out there and begin to give real evidence so that we will then take a position with regard even to private prosecution of those who are found culpable. So leo ni kusema tu pole na kwa sababu ya yale ambayo yalitokea jana. It is now enshrined in our country's history that the 25th of June, going forward, is a day that Kenyans will be looking at as one of those public.
Want to pass our condolences. All the families that lost their dear ones. Yesterday was supposed to be a day of commemoration, marking the anniversary of the day that we lost young people last year, 25th of June. We were not supposed to lose another life yesterday. We were supposed to honor the fallen heroes. We were supposed to commemorate and to mourn with the families that lost last year. And for William Ruto's government to make more families mourn again, to shed more blood on a day of commemoration. To us, this is adding insult to injury. All they were supposed to do was to facilitate the commemoration so that families with friends of these families would honor those who died, but not to kill more. We have also come to wish quick recovery to those who are injured. Quite a number of people are injured across the country. We have seen here quite a number, many of them who have bullet, gunshot wounds. Many of them have undergone operation, they are recovering, and we want to wish them quick recovery. But also, those who are not in Kenyatta National Hospital and other hospitals, wherever you may be, we want to wish you quick recovery, and we pray, our prayers are with you and your families. Lastly, we want to say to the media, a big thank you. Yesterday, you faced harassment. There's a government that panicked when they saw the numbers of demonstrators growing. And that knee-jerk reaction made them demand that you shut down and have a blackout so that no one sees what was happening in our country. We want to thank you for the courage of standing by the people, of showing the world what was happening in our country today. Many of you had injuries similarly. So they're not just those who are lying here, but many journalists had injuries, and today we want to thank you on behalf of many Kenyans who are able to see what was happening where, through your cameras and through your courage. So we thank you for that, but we also demand that this government must respect court orders. The court ordered yesterday that CA had issued an unlawful order, and they must respect the court order, they must uphold the rule of law and stop harassing the media, because free media is really the cornerstone of our democracy. So we thank you once more. Asante sana.
As Fred, the parents of Boniface Kariuki. They are still here. They've been wondering what happens, what is happening. Continue also to pray for him, that the good Lord will give him recovery, very quick recovery. It has been a month and 2 weeks of grave tragedy, from the killing of Albert Ojwang up to yesterday. This cannot be the kind of country we'll look forward to nurturing. Fred.